So in the 10th patch of NBA 2K21, they updated a bunch of players' face scans. I'm gonna tell you the 15 biggest ones and most important ones in this video. And that, I mean, there was a lot, so maybe I'll make another video about the rest of them. But que pasa to the pack? It is Pack here,
AKA your mama's best friend.
Before this video starts, please be an OG, join the pack, and subscribe. Listen, man, if you saw this on the recommended, that means YouTube knows you and it knew what you wanted to see and it picked you to watch this. So that's a pleasure. So I'm happy that you're here. Please subscribe and keep coming. Now, I'm going to start off at number 1 on this list. The first one is actually Nico Mannion, a rookie on the Warriors. You know, he actually gets minutes here and there. He's actually an important player to this team. So they didn't even have a face scan for him at all, which was, and we already know the reason why, because of COVID. 2K wasn't able to get some face scan stuff, but so they just had like the normal player creation for him, but now they have the actual face cam for him. And in my opinion, I think that looks pretty accurate. The nose may be a little over exaggerated, but for the most part, I think that looks almost exactly like Nico Mannion, one of the better ones out there. At number 2 on this list, we have Hawks player Solomon Hill. So in my personal opinion, in terms of the face scan, the one on the left looks a lot more like Solomon Hill. To me, it just does. I think that one's really good. But he has changed his hair to how it is on the right. So in terms of hair and beard, on the right it's more accurate. But on the left, I think that Solomon Hill's face looked a lot more accurate. Maybe that's just me. Leave in the comments what you think. Kind of a weird one. Sometimes they overdo the detail on players' faces and they over-exaggerate details and make them look weird. And I just feel like that's what happened here. That's what it feels like to me. I'm just saying. At number 3 on the list, now we have Jared Dudley. So Jared Dudley here now just looks older on the right. He's got a beard. He's a little more scruffy. He's more like, I guess, not wrinkles on his face, but I guess like more defined things on his face, making him just look a little more mature, a little older, and the hair on top of his head is a little darker as well. But in my opinion, on the right, it looks a lot more like Jared Dudley now than on the left. I think the left was correct at the time, but I think it needed an update for now. I think so. And you're going to see a lot of Lakers players in this list because 2K has that Laker bias, but just letting you guys know that now. So at number 4 on the list, we now have Justin Holiday. So Justin Holiday actually didn't change it too much. Instead of now the hair being over his headband, now it's underneath the headband. A lot of NBA players are starting to do this, and they need it. I was telling you in the other video, like D'Angelo Russell has the same thing going on too. They need to start doing that for other players. But Justin Holiday gets his fix as well. Plus the goatee is a little more fixed. It looks literally like a box of hair on his face. It's actually kind of interesting. So they have that. The face is completely updated and a lot more realistic to Justin Holiday as well. Plus the headband is fixed and the hair's underneath the headband. A perfect face scan in my opinion. Really good. And number 5 on the list, we have Evan Turner. So kind of a weird one. First of all, I could not find a photo of Evan Turner like before an update like at all. So I was able to find the My Team card that was like super grainy. So sorry that the quality's terrible. That's all I could find. But on the right, it does look good. The problem is Evan Turner's retired, right? Like I know he doesn't play for any team, but he's like an assistant coach for the Celtics, right? I think. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna fact check it while I'm watching the video. But from my understanding, he's not playing basketball anymore. At least from what I remember. So kind of interesting that he's on the free agency in 2K in the first place, and kind of interesting that they updated him at all. But hey, I mean, why not? He's also on the historic team on the Pacers 2014 team, so that's okay that they updated him. It's fine. At number 6 on the list, now we have Alex Caruso. So Alex Caruso's gotten a couple updates here and there, and I agree that he's not the easiest dude to make an update of. I don't think there's anybody in the NBA that looks like him. Like name me one other white dude that's bald in the NBA. So I mean, I get that it's not easy to make him, but he was losing a lot of hair, and 2K was trying to emulate that with his mustache. But now Alex Caruso is straight up bald, and they had that correct with the headband, with the Nike logo like sticking out better. The eyes are adjusted, and the eyebrows aren't as dark as it is on the left. So a bunch of changes here, and I guess the face scan changed just a little bit, but overall I think it's a good change. I think it looks accurate. At number 7 on the list, we have Frank Nilokina. So Frank actually hasn't been able to play a lot this year, but when he does play, he actually does pretty good in those little moments, right? So on the left and on the right, basically it's just the hair's longer, and they added the scar on his forehead with a little change on the face scan itself. Besides that, not major changes for him at all. Just little things here and there, but you know what? I'll take it. At number 8 on the list, we have Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Giannis's big brother on the Bucks, who's actually been having a pretty good season so far. On the left, it's not that it's a bad one, because I actually don't think it looks bad on the left. It just looks like last generation, if we're being honest. But on the right, you can see the lighting, the changes, the details, the facial hair. the detail on the hair itself. And now it looks like the next gen version of Thanasis. The eyes are a little too small in my opinion, but also they were way too big on the left, so I think, you know, they tried their best there. At the end of the day, I think this is a very good one. At number 9 on the list, we have Tatum Horton Tucker, who is on the Lakers. A massive change for him in terms of the face scan, literally complete overhaul of the face, but they removed his mole, which is interesting, but the beard is a lot longer, the hair is a lot longer. Overall change, massive change, even skin tone change for Tatum Horton Tucker. Very, very good and very detailed. At number 10 on the list, we have Patty Mills. The only thing we have here is that he has tattoos on his left arm, and that is the only change. There's no change for his face or his hair, but that wasn't necessary. They already fixed that. They added tattoos on his arm, which is important. It's always okay to add tattoos. I'm never gonna complain about that, you know? So that's good. At number 11 on this list, we have Alfred Payton. A very, very, very minor update here. So it looks like they did update his face, but it's, I mean, not like a massive change in my opinion. The hair on top of his head is almost exactly the same, but his mustache and beard is like a little changed, a little shorter. And then he kind of has like he hasn't shaved in a couple days thing going on in his neck. Besides that, not major changes. I guess his skin tones changed a little bit or adjusted, but besides that, the starting point guard for the Knicks has not gotten a major change, just a little one. At number 12 on the list, we have Gary Trent Jr., one that we've been begging for 2 years now. It needed to be done, man. Look, I mean, he looks like Cortex on the left. Y'all remember Cortex from Crash Bandicoot? He does. What is going on, 2K? It was like a complete over-exaggeration of Gary Trent. On the right, a lot more detail. The beard is filled out. The hair is updated. You can see a little bit of like acne on the forehead. And yeah, I mean, very good. Very, very good on the right. They finally fixed him. Also, his tattoos are fire. I've never really looked at him until now. Fire tattoos. At number 13 on the list, we have Norman Powell. Okay, on the update, it says that Norman Powell was updated, but when I look at this, am I crazy? I don't see anything. I thought it was first gonna be tattoo change. There's no tattoo change. I don't even know if he had tattoos or not. I'm looking at this, I don't see anything. I mean, I can lie to you guys and I can stretch and be like, oh, the lips are a little bigger, the nose is a little more detailed, the eyes are closer together, maybe, but like, I see no change. Unless I'm crazy, I see nothing. Maybe you guys can tell me y'all see something, but according to 2K, this was updated, I see nothing. At number 14 on the list, we have Montrez Herald, a kind of a small one. Well, first of all, the face is clearly updated, like just straight up and down. The facial hair is darker. The hair is kind of put into a ponytail with a headband now. So it actually looks really, really good from now on. I mean, on the left, it didn't look bad, but again, it looks like current gen Montrez Herald. And now they finally updated him to look like a next gen version of himself. And finally, at number 15, we have Chris Middleton. So at first I looked at it and I thought there was no change, but there is a change. The face scan itself is completely updated. The beard is a little longer, and the hair on the top of his head, basically I guess the hair, like the hairline is backed up a little bit. I guess he's going bald, and the head shape is more detailed. But it's little things. It's not like this massive change for Chris Middleton. It's these little things that were changed that make it look a lot better. I think it looks good. That's my opinion. And like the lip is a lot more detailed too, and it looks accurate to me. These are all the changes. I know there's a lot more players that we need to be changed. Like Jason Tatum, for example, we've been asking him to be updated all year and he hasn't been. It's so weird they've updated, I don't know, like Alex Caruso, but not Jason Tatum, you know, just weird. But what do you guys think about this update? I think it's a pretty good one. If you like this channel, please give it a sub. I'll see you guys next time.